Announcing today's lunch score. The score is 28. Not a passing grade, that's for sure.
Frank? I thought I told you to stop with the scoring stuff. I mean, giving a score on your lunch every single day?
Huh? Why not? What's wrong with a little scorekeeping? Keeps you on your toes.
I'm just asking you to stop doing this scorekeeping game of yours. You do this every day. It's as if you're making fun of my cooking. Honestly, it's degrading. What is it you're dissatisfied with?
Let's see. You just didn't put enough effort into it today. For example, that fried egg. Tasted like crap. How hard is it to fry an egg? And the fried hamburger and veggies? Oh my god! Tasted like rubber! Can't you even fry stuff in the frying pan, for God's sakes? And the broccoli. Only half boiled. Couldn't even bite into it. All you were really good for is heating up a frozen dinner in the microwave. That's why I gave you a score 28 today.
I made my lunch today too, the same as yours. Actually wasn't too bad. I even shared some with my friends. No one said it tasted bad.
They probably just didn't want to hurt your feelings. The first thing you need to do is admit that you have no sense of taste. All I could manage was 3 bites. It was so bad I chucked it up in the garbage at work. I ended up eating at the KFC down the street. What a waste of money.
Huh? You mean you threw it out? How could you? You're pathetic.
It's for your own good. Try harder to be a better cook. You don't want me to dump you. Learn how to cook. Until you achieve that goal, I'll keep pestering you. Man, you should actually be thankful that you have such a considerate husband.
I can't understand you. When we first got married, you loved my cooking. And then about 6 months ago, you started chastising my cooking. What the hell is going on?
When we first married, I just didn't have the heart to tell you the truth. Your cooking sucked ever since I met you. I felt sorry for you, but I realized you would never improve. That's why I took it upon myself to educate you.
Is my cooking really that bad? You do know I went to cooking school for a while. I went because my folks were running a restaurant and I wanted to help out. This was before we got married, of course. And I think I have pretty good taste. I remember cooking for my friends on numerous occasions. They all said my cooking was great. So I just can't understand why you would say such a thing.
I'm sick of your constant excuses. I don't give a crap whether you went to some cooking school or that your friends think your cooking is awesome. Your cooking is just simply dreadful.
So what am I supposed to do? You just criticize and never give much constructive advice. If there's something you want to eat or a specific ingredient you want me to use, let me know and I'll do better.
That's your job. You should be able to perceive what your husband wants on any given day and make your decision on what to cook. That's what a good wife does. I mean, use your head a little. Do a little research or something.
How am I supposed to know that? Anything I prepare, you criticize and say it tastes like crap. You throw out everything I make. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On top of that, you have this degrading meal score game you play. Where did that even come from? To be honest, I'm super stressed out about all this. If you don't like it, don't eat it. Just, please, don't dump it in the trash right in front of me. I will eat it for you.
I allow that and you'll never improve. By throwing it out, it allows you to be more aware of yourself, which in turn drives motivation. Get it? You know, when humans are pushed to the brink, they transform.
So does that mean you'll throw out everything I make until my cooking improves? Like you said last night during dinner, You said you'd rather eat garbage than anything I cook?
Yep, that's right. Just make stuff that's better than garbage.
Okay. You know what? I'm going back to my folks' place. If you think my cooking is so horrendous, well, I'll go back to my parents' restaurant and relearn what I was taught. I plan to stay until you appreciate my cooking. Until then, I'm not coming home.
Huh? Hold on a sec. That's a little too drastic, isn't it? You can't just shirk your responsibilities and...
Huh? What are you saying? You just said it's a wife's responsibility to be a good cook. I can't go on any longer serving such god-awful food to my dear husband, so... I intend to go back to my parents' place and have them teach me from square one how to be the best cook in the world. At least my folks won't throw out perfectly good food. Food won't go to waste.
No. Your folks are not up to it. What parent will criticize their daughter's cooking?
You sure don't know my folks. They are the most disciplined people I know, especially when it comes to cooking. My father is an accomplished chef and a restaurant owner. I first held a kitchen knife when I was 5 years old, and ever since I was taught everything there is to know about fine cuisine. If they find out my skill as a chef has declined, well, my father would be adamant about correcting that.
Yeah, well, that may be so, but after all, they are your parents. They'll definitely give you some slack.
Well, if you're so skeptical, how about this? We can have your folks visit us once a week and have them taste my cooking, and they can decide whether my cooking has improved. If it's your own folks, you wouldn't doubt them, would you? After all, they brought you up, and they know your tastes, right?
Huh. I don't know. That's going a little too far. It's not really something we have to get your parents involved in. I'll do the scoring about whether your cooking is good or not.
I don't want some meaningless score each time I cook something. I want to know exactly what the problem is. I want our folks involved because I don't want to rely on just your pointless score. But I want to find out what specifically is the problem and how I can fix it. And another thing. Since you've been tossing out my homemade lunch and buying some from a restaurant or fast food joint, our monthly budget has doubled in the last 6 months. You say my cooking is crap and toss it in the garbage. Our monthly living expenses are severely affected as a result. How can we not get our folks involved? We may need their help eventually.
How am I going to survive while you're gone?
Huh? How am I supposed to know? Do what you like.
Huh? You don't plan to make meals for me?
Just eat out or buy fast food. It's what you've been doing anyways. I mean, it's no use if I cook your meals. You're just gonna throw it out.
No. I'll eat all of it. No problem. Even if I can't stand the taste, I'll do my best to finish it.
Oh no, I can't allow that. I can't have my dear husband eating garbage. You said you'd rather eat garbage, right? I'll stay at my folks' place to relearn all my cooking skills, so that someday I'll be able to cook you something super delicious. So, please be patient, my dear. So, until both our parents acknowledge that I'm an adequate cook for you, I will not be returning home.
Hold on. Besides cooking, what about household chores? The laundry, for example. Are you gonna leave all of that to me too?
Yeah, well, I suppose I have to, at least until I'm accepted. But I suppose it's necessary if we're to overcome this bad food dilemma we're in, right? Besides, you're a grown man. What's a little cleaning and washing?
Dump all your household responsibilities on me? I will not allow such a thing! Your real motive is to sneak back home to escape your responsibilities as a housewife. If you keep this nonsense up, I may even divorce you.
If that's what you want, I'm good with it.
Huh?
If it ends in divorce, I don't mind.
Are you serious? You do know the meaning of divorce, right? It means we will no longer be married.
I'm perfectly aware of what divorce means. And I'm saying that if it comes to divorce, I'm okay with it. So far, you're the only person that considers my cooking not fit for human consumption. I mean, it's stressful for both of us, eating horrendous meals and throwing them out in the garbage every single day. Maybe ending this relationship is the best option. That way, I'll be able to marry someone who would really appreciate my cooking.
You're being way too melodramatic. Why talk about divorce? We're just talking about food here. Come on! Our folks would never go for it either.
You realize it's 6 months. It's been 6 months that you've been bad-mouthing my cooking and then dumping it in the trash. My parents taught me how to cook properly. And then to be nagged on by you on a daily basis? Always ragging on about a wife's responsibilities or do the household chores or whatnot. It's as if I'm a servant girl or something. I'm at my wit's end here.
Hey, Melanie? Are you pissed off at me?
Did you really think that I would not get angry? Did you think I was some weak little servant girl that would obey your every wish? I am sick and tired of your bullshit!
Melanie?
Are you serious? My cooking is garbage? You're a real piece of work. You don't even know the difference between a lamb chop and a pork chop. You think everything can be prepared in 5 minutes. You can't even make a freaking peanut butter sandwich, for God's sake. Give me a damn break.
Melanie? Please calm down.
Calm down? Ugh, get out of here. Hey, divorce? Let's do it. Divorce. Go and find some idiot wife who'll make you your precious meals. I'm headed home, so don't forget to bring the divorce papers.
Please, Melanie. Calm down, would you? I'm sorry. It was all my fault. So please. Your cooking is delicious. It always was. It was all a lie about your cooking tasting like crap. All BS.
Huh? All BS? What's this crap about all this being BS? Huh? Speak up!
Huh. Well, it was my boss at work. His wife. Well, she's a really bad cook, and so he was giving her a score for each meal she made. I saw that and I thought it was kinda cool.
Huh? You thought it was cool? And that's why you were trash-talking my cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. What are you, 5 years old? And so, this guy was throwing his lunchbox in the trash like you?
No, he usually finished it all. Said it would be a waste to throw it out. The reason I tossed it out was that, how can I put this? I sort of started enjoying myself, and things just escalated.
Just for that? You wasted 6 months of food? So I built up all that stress because you felt so cool doing it? Is that it? Oh my God. This is totally pathetic. I'm really starting to think I married a kindergarten brat. I have to seriously think of that divorce.
Please. I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me. I'll never say your cooking tastes like crap, so please. I'll never throw out your lunch again. And the scoring stuff? I won't do it again. I really think your cooking is the best in the world. Please no divorce. Please?
Okay. I'll put that on hold for now.
Really?
But I'm going back home for a while.
Huh? But why?
Do you really think I'm going to forgive you just like that? This will be a good chance for you to experience just how hard it is to cook and clean every day. So, I plan to stay with my folks for about a month or so. I hope you use the time wisely. Think really hard about what you did. And don't go relying on KFC for your meals either. Make sure you keep a record of all the expenses. I'll check when I return. If the expenses don't add up, I will extend my stay another 1 month. I plan to work at my parents' restaurant while I'm there.
No way! I can't do this by myself!
Relax. Don't worry. I'll leave my recipe book out for you. All the ingredients are listed, so just go out and buy them and cook a great meal for yourself. Have fun!
Are you kidding me? I can't do this. I've never even cooked before. And I can't even go out to a restaurant or order out. If I can't cook, what the hell am I supposed to eat?
How should I know? Maybe you should just eat some garbage. Well, after that, I returned to my parents' place. Frank tried to do all the cooking and cleaning, but he ended up eating pretty awful stuff every day, and the house quickly became a total pigsty. In the end, he only lasted about a week and sought help from his folks. But I had already talked to his folks about the whole situation, and he got reprimanded pretty harshly for throwing out perfectly good food and for treating me so badly. His mother was especially keen on giving him strict lessons in cooking and house chores. After a month, I returned home and found him kneeling before me, apologizing profusely for treating me so harshly. He realized how difficult it is to cook and maintain a household, and that he would never do such a thing again. Both my folks and his gave him a severe tongue lashing, so I decided to finally forgive him. So now he helps me a bit with the cooking, and even the household chores. We even take turns making dinner. And with that, I decided to put my skills to work and work at a local restaurant. Now that we're both working full-time, things have gotten a little easier financially. 6 months ago, I really didn't know what was going to happen between us. But after that incident, I think our relationship has actually improved. So, all in all, everything turned out nicely.
Oh my god, Martin, do my eyes deceive me? Or did I just walk by you a second ago? I thought I had a stalker on my hands.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was you that I saw.
Wait, you're not really stalking me, are you?
But considering that 7 whole years have passed since you broke up with me in one of the worst ways imaginable, no, Yuna. I would sooner go out of my way to avoid you, rather than follow you around.
Okay, so then tell me what you're doing in the same luxury hotel that I'm staying in. This is the last place I ever thought I'd bump into my broke loser ex-boyfriend. I bet this place costs more a night than you make in a year. Is that what you did? Did you save up all your money for the last 7 years just to blow it all on a 1 in a million chance to run into me here? I wouldn't put that past you. Poor people have done dumber things with their money.
I see you're still under the impression I'm a broke loser.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are a broke loser, so...
Listen, Yuna, I told you all this at the time, but let's refresh your memory. The reason I quit my job at the company I'd been with since graduating was because I wanted to get my own company up and running.
Yeah, I totally remember that. What's your point? Let me guess you thought you were finally ready to make the big launch, but then realized you were way in over your head and fell further and further into soul-crushing debt. Am I right? Don't tell me you already declared bankruptcy. I tried searching online for your company's name a while back, and you know what came up? 0 hits. And that's what you are. A zero. A broke loser, like I said.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about. My company is the top result when you search for the name.
Oh, right. Sure. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I definitely did search for your stupid company's name, and it definitely returned 0 results. So unfortunately, I see through your pathetic lie.
And like I said, every single search engine I know of returns my company's homepage as the top result when you search for the name. What site are you using anyway? You sure you're spelling it right?
But enough about you. Let's talk about me. Guess what? Last month, I got married to a super rich, high-powered businessman. We're gonna have a ceremony in my husband's hometown, and we came out here to do some planning with his parents. And we thought that since we were coming all the way out here, we might as well stay at the biggest, most luxurious, most expensive hotel in the city. It feels so great to be treated like the princess I am. He's totally different from a certain broke loser ex-boyfriend of mine. I won't name names, though.
What a day. I get called out here by a client for a meeting, and no sooner do I get to the hotel than I run into my legendarily narcissistic, veritable comic book villain of an ex-girlfriend in the lobby. I just can't catch a break.
I knew it. You're not staying on your own dime. You could never afford a place like this.
The CEO of a firm that's one of my biggest clients invited me to come out here for a private gathering. We work together a lot, so we've kind of developed a relationship in our off time as well.
Uh-huh, a CEO, you say? Sure. I bet it's some failure running a bankrupt company that's just trying to save face by putting you up in a sweet hotel. Careful about ordering too much room service. You might just spend the company's last dime. Losers always stick together, don't they?
And here we go again.
What's the matter? Did I strike a nerve?
Everything I say, no matter what I say, you always find some way to twist it into an insult. Well, I'll give you credit for creativity, though. But just like 7 years ago, your insults are so hilariously far off the mark that I can't even bring myself to get angry at you. It's just kind of boring and sad.
I don't want to hear anything about boring or sad from the likes of you.
In any case, you're a married woman now. If you get caught talking with your ex-boyfriend, your husband might think something untoward about you. Or worse, about me.
Oh, there it is. That's what you were going for. You're hoping my husband comes by and sees us together. You're going for the cross-court three-pointer, huh? Make my husband jealous and angry at me, get us to break up, and then you swoop in like a knight in shining armor to pick me up from my sadness. God, you're lame.
Boy, you wasted no time in proving me right. Once again. 10 out of 10 for creativity. Bravo.
Using sarcasm to hide your depression? Lame!
For the record, I have a girlfriend, and I'm thinking about proposing to her soon.
What?
I don't know what your schedule looks like from here on out, but in the event that you're going to be staying here for a while longer, do me a favor, and if we ever happen to cross paths again, let's just pretend we've never met before. I mean, God, I wish I'd never met you.
You're not fooling anyone, loser. You know you still want me.
I'd rather get, I don't know, AIDS, cancer, and Ebola at the same time than get back together with you.
Again, not fooling anyone.
Enjoy your delusions, Yuna. I hope you have a nice stay here. Bye. Hey there, Martin. You alright? Huh? Oh, Isaac, it's you. What's up? Nothing serious. There's just something odd that happened downstairs a minute ago. I'd gone down to the lobby to take care of some business. and I'd stop by the executive lounge to grab a drink before heading back to my room. And while I was there was this woman talking in a bizarrely loud voice, the guy who looked like he was probably her husband. She said she ran into a boyfriend from 7 years ago in the lobby, and when she started talking about where she first met that guy and everything, well, I was pretty sure that she was talking about you. Uh-oh. I thought, I don't know, maybe something bad had gone down with you, so I thought I'd text you, make sure you're okay. Let me guess, did this woman use the phrase broke loser a lot? Yeah, like every other sentence. It was kind of weird. I mean, all the other stuff like the university and time frame fits you to a T, but you're not a loser, and you're definitely not broke. That woman has an ability to get lost in her delusions like no one else I've ever met. In fact, the reason we broke up 7 years ago was precisely that. She couldn't get over her own delusions. She even just texted me, just now, to take the opportunity to call me a broke loser 4 times in as many minutes. Wait, you mean your old girlfriend still has your phone number? You didn't block her number? Well, we got a lot of common friends, so it's actually pretty hard for me to completely get rid of her. As for not blocking her, I don't know. I just felt like it would be safer for me to be able to keep tabs on what she's up to. Wow, well that's fantastically bad luck for you, man. And there's one more thing I wanted to ask. This ex-girlfriend of yours, do you know who her husband is? No, I don't. As a matter of fact, the first time I heard she was married, when she texted me to lord the fact over me just now, she said that she married a super rich, high-powered businessman, so I figured he must be some kind of big shot. Huh. Okay. Why'd you ask? You got a good look at his face. Anyone you know? Yeah, actually. It's probably been about 3 years or so since I've seen him, but I've definitely met him before. It's just, well, she said he was a high-powered businessman. Yeah. Gosh, shoot, I just saw the time. Look, we're about to be late for the reservation at the hotel diner. Oh, no, we better get going then. We'll continue this conversation over dinner, okay? Sure, sounds fine. I'm on my way.
Hey there, Martin. What you up to right now?
I'm up to anything that prevents me from speaking to you right now.
Let me guess, you don't have enough money to pay for your room, so you're working it off in the kitchen? That's what you get for quitting a stable, high-paying job to start some stupid company on your own. I'd say you're making no more than $20,000 a year right now. Am I right? Who am I kidding? Of course I'm right. What kind of loser makes just 20 grand a year? That's not even poverty wages. That's like third world peasant wages.
For the love of God, Yuna, could you possibly go one day without dragging me into some psychotic fantasy you have?
Maybe I can get my husband to give you a job cleaning toilets at his office.
Well, speaking of your husband, the CEO I told you about who invited me out here is named Isaac Treywell. You ever heard of him? He tells me he is actually familiar with your husband.
Really? Is he the CEO of the company that cleans my husband's office? I'm gonna have to get my husband to change custodian companies. What kind of third-rate businessman doesn't come up and say hello to the people who pay his salary?
No, that's not how they know each other. Actually, back before your husband went independent, he used to work at Isaac's company.
What? Wait a minute, my husband's old company? But that company was one of the biggest in town. Not just in town, in the whole state. You know the CEO of that company?
I told you he was a client. I also heard that your husband is moving back to his old town.
Well, that's news to me.
Yeah? Well, Isaac seemed to know about it. It's a pretty small industry. It wouldn't take much time for news like that to make it from one CEO to another.
But that's impossible. My husband's company headquarters is downtown.
Well, yeah, for now. The word on the street is that he's closing that business down and going back to the city he was born in.
What?
Your husband's town is about 20 minutes from here by car, right?
I don't get it. What are you trying to say?
Wait, you really don't get it? Oh boy. Don't tell me he actually hasn't told you anything yet.
Well, now that I think about it, he said something about buying a house out in the country and something about moving. I just thought he was going to get us a vacation house out on the lake or something where we could spend weekends and holidays. But we're going to be living there permanently?
Oh, so it sounds like he has told you about what his plans are. Oh, looks like that delusional Ben of yours has come back around to bite you this time. You were so caught up in your fantasy life that you'd closed your eyes to reality.
No, that can't be. But I wanted to be married to a high-powered businessman. What's going to happen to me now?
I'd say you should probably talk to your husband about that. I'm just telling you the information that I got third hand from someone who heard it through the grapevine.
No. I thought I had finally made it. I thought I was set for life. Okay, that's it. I'm divorced now. So we can get married anytime, Martin.
Huh?
After we ran into each other at the hotel, I did a little more digging into you. Turns out you were right. I wasn't spelling your company's name right. Don't know how I managed to get it that wrong, but whatever. That explains why I wasn't getting any hits when I searched for it online. Anyway, when I typed it in correctly, I couldn't believe it. Your company is the biggest in your industry. That's incredible. You're something else. I am so flattered that you would work so hard just to impress me.
Huh?
The problem is that I can't seem to find your current address. I've got the marriage certificate application all filled out except for that, so you can sign it after you give me a shipping address where I can send all my stuff to.
Marriage certificate. Shipping address.
That's right. As of today, we're moving in together. So what's your address?
Yuna, I told you this back at the hotel. I'm seeing someone. We're pretty serious.
What?
We've been living together for 6 months now. In other words, I don't want you coming anywhere near my house.
Oh. But come on now. You know that I'm way more of a woman than her, whoever she is.
Well, for one, she doesn't fly off into bizarre delusions on a daily basis. And that alone puts her well ahead of you.
Martin, you can't trust her. I know her type. All she's after is your wealth and status. She just wants to be married to a super rich, high-powered businessman.
Boy, that phrase sounds really familiar.
Right? She's a total psychopath. I can tell.
Oh yeah? Well, she makes more money than me, though.
She does?
Remember the CEO I told you about before? Isaac? She's his younger sister.
No way.
Not only does she have a seat on the board at Isaac's company, but she's also a real estate investor on the side. Well, compared to her, I'm basically like the nighttime janitor at a convenience store.
Wait, seriously?
To be perfectly honest with you, I would never, ever be interested in a woman like you, whose only goal in life is to be the bimbo trophy wife of any rich businessman who will take him. No, for me, I prefer a working woman who is intelligent, witty, hardworking, and independent, like, my girlfriend. I could never share the rest of my life with anyone but her. She has everything I want. I love her, but more importantly, I respect her, and not just as my girlfriend or as a woman, but as a fellow businessman.
Okay, well, in that case, do you think you could introduce me to your friend, Isaac?
That's a joke, right?
Nope. From what you're saying, it sounds like he's a pretty stand-up guy. He's totally my type. So can you give me his number?
Isaac is married.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, and I've never met anyone who is more devoted to his wife than he is. He also has 2 kids, one in middle school and the other in elementary school. Sorry to say, but you're not going to have any luck with him.
Damn it. Isn't there anyone else you can introduce me to? You have to know a bunch of CEOs. One of them has to be single, or at least open-minded.
Not a chance.
Please!
No. Well, okay. That does it. That's all I can take from you. I'm never speaking to you again. Goodbye.
Martin, don't go! Martin, answer the phone, please!
I heard about what happened next from one of our mutual friends. Apparently, Yuna was so certain that she and I were going to get married that she told her husband that she would pay him off to let her go without a fight. Now, she wasn't too concerned about the money since, again, she was positive that I was going to foot the bill for her. So, without so much as talking to a lawyer, she offered an incredible amount of $50,000 as a parting gift, and even signed a contract binding her to fork out the money. Now, a contract like that is most likely unenforceable in court, and there are probably 1,000,001 ways to get out of it, but I think I'll keep that information to myself. The whole incident really got me thinking. Maybe these delusions of hers are getting out of control, or maybe she needs some special help to deal with them. Well, her family apparently got the same idea. They immediately had her committed and placed under a conservatorship to prevent her from destroying her life or anyone else's more than she already has. And with that, I felt like it was finally time to block her phone number and erase her from my contacts. Peace at last.